The goal of this video is to make you feel like you just escaped the matrix by watching it. We are addicted to thinking. You might be like, what? Zahra, isn't the point of life to think? I'm gonna break that mentality because thinking is actually killing your entrepreneurial energy. Training your mind is actually the business strategy. It is the blueprint to success, and it is the most important thing on our endless to-do list. Let's actually get into the diagnosis of what I'm talking about. You hear that consistent voice in your head right now that is telling you the amount of things that you have to do and making you feel guilty for being on YouTube right now? That is the thinking that I'm talking about. An untrained mind knows no such thing as the present moment. In fact, it robs you from the present moment. Now, as entrepreneurs, without the ability to stay present, we're gonna have to say bye-bye to our $100 million because in order to achieve any goal, you have to enjoy the process of achieving it. And without the ability to accept and acknowledge the present moment, what you are doing is creating unnecessary suffering and pain while you try and go and achieve this goal. Notice how I said creating unnecessary suffering and pain? I didn't say feeling unnecessary suffering and pain, because our brain, when we have an untrained mind, we will always create unnecessary suffering and pain when we cannot stay in the present moment. That is just how it goes. We will only have the eye that criticizes and makes us feel like shit. This unnecessary suffering and pain shows up as you criticizing yourself way too much, shows up as your brain telling you you are not capable, having imposter syndrome, or you simply just feeling like the journey is just horrible for you. The funniest thing about all of this is that it's actually not true. None of the things that your brain is saying to you and your mind is telling you right now about your journey is true. This is what I mean by unnecessary suffering and pain. Absolutely unnecessary shit that your mind creates because it isn't trained. And just to remind you, an untrained mind is the one that cannot live in the present moment. An untrained mind is the one that is obsessed with either the past or the future. Now, once this thought actually became evident to me, I realized that the key to becoming a great and skilled entrepreneur is to be able to disidentify with your mind. You need to master the process of realizing that you are not your thoughts. That mental noise in your head right now, that dialogue that's going on, is not your voice. This dialogue that you keep hearing is just a simple collection of assumptions your mind has made about whatever happened in the past and now is dictating the future. I spent so much time not being able to disidentify with my mind, where I believed every thought that came into my mind. I believed that because my business wasn't making an X amount of money, I was the failure. Because I didn't post today, I am automatically not fit for the job. Like, the amount of lies that your brain will tell you when it isn't trained will cause you to absolutely destroy the entrepreneurial energy you have. The present moment is all that we got. Let me just remind you, because what happens sometimes is we'll set goals for ourselves and be like, by 2026, I'm gonna have X da 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 da. By da 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 da, I'm gonna have this. I am a victim to this myself, and I've learned this through multiple lessons, where if you cannot remain in the present moment and you're continuously focused on what happened or what is going to happen, none of this stuff is worth it. Entrepreneurship is not for you, because in order to be an entrepreneur, the journey has to mean more to you than the actual end result. The journey has to be the thing that you live for, the thing that you die for. Being extremely present seems so simple to such a big problem, right? Like your entrepreneurial energy being wasted. Like, how can something so strong have such a simple answer? This is what our mind likes to do. It likes to fool us into believing the things that we need to do for ourselves are so overcomplicated, because it's trying to hunt. It's trying to find ways to solve problems for you, but all it's really doing is overcomplicating the process, when the process is actually just as simple as being present. This is what I mean by creating unnecessary suffering and pain, because as I am talking about this, I can see and feel the resistance in your mind that's being created about, there's no way that the answer is that simple. But it really is. Being present doesn't just mean being in the present moment. I would like to clarify that. Being present means being able to listen to your thoughts, not as the one thinking the thoughts, but becoming an observer to them. Being present means that you can think without identifying and attaching yourself to what you're thinking about, and also having the autonomy to decide if a thought is true or if it's complete and utter bullshit. As much as every human being needs to learn the importance of being in the present moment, I think entrepreneurs need it the most, because we are in constant motion. We are always focused on the next thing. We're always worrying about the next problem. We're always looking either backwards or forwards, where the present moment is the one thing that we simply cannot have. But here's the thing, a skilled entrepreneur isn't just the one that makes the most amount of money. It is the one that can be present through the whole journey of it all. I genuinely believe a skilled entrepreneur is the one that prioritizes being still and prioritizes being where their feet are, because that is the one thing that we all suffer from. But the moment that we do master the ability to be present, you will watch how you become a magnet to opportunity. You actually have mental clarity and you have energy to make your dreams come true. Imposter syndrome goes goes away, anxiety goes away, the worry about the past goes away. All your literal problems go away the moment that you decide that you can be in the present moment and disidentify from this, because this is the one thing that is our superpower, but also our biggest challenge. In my own life, I continuously practice being in the present moment through active journaling, through meditation. And yeah, this sounds like woo-woo shit, but it actually is not. It really isn't, because it works. It does the job. You need to be able to learn how to be here in order for the best ideas to come to you. That's why you'll notice that the moment that you do become still, the moment that you go and meditate, or you're very present at the gym, boom, comes the best idea that you've ever had, because stillness and being in the present moment does signify immense amount of creativity. You become supernatural when you take your power back from the mind, because right now you might think that, okay, yeah, I can control this, but the reality is that you might think that you're in control of your mind, but this whole time you've been its puppet. And until you detach from the strings, you will continuously dread the journey of entrepreneurship, or just in general, like the journey of life. And as I will repeat in every video that I post from now on, it is, you have everything it takes to become who you want to become. It is simply the work that you have to do. It's that simple. You have everything it takes to become who you want to become. You just got to do the work. You got to put in the hours. And the best part is, this homework that I'm giving you is genuinely about enjoying where you are right now. It is always reminding you to be where your feet are, because when you are where your feet are, your feet can take you anywhere you want to go. My foot is asleep. My foot is asleep. What do I do? What does one do when their foot is asleep? What do I do? What do I do? Do I eat a banana? No, I think that's like muscle spasms. I think I'm wrong right now.